On this channel, $1,000,000 Made Easy, we love to run numbers for people. And this video is going to show you probably most complete example of what this channel could potentially do for you. It's going to be a longer video, but if you stay to the end, you're going to be amazed at the stuff you learn just from this one situation, this one example. But I want to begin by saying the following. Number one, we use the actual historical returns of the S&P 500 for the last 100 years. And number two, we simply project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. Number three, the resulting numbers are simply a possible range of what may happen in the future. Number four, we use the S&P 500 because it's what everybody's trying to beat, but few consistently do. Number five, it also has a track record for over 100 years, including through the Great Depression years. Number six, this channel was made for you to aid you in your financial planning. And number seven, the spreadsheets on this channel are simply tools, not a guarantee. And what I say over here in the gold is I will run numbers for you. Just ask in the comment section. And please restrict your request to the following criteria: your beginning balance, your monthly contribution, and your desired increase. And preferably, we're going to keep this at least 20 years. Again, like I've said many times, thanks for watching this channel. I believe it has incredible value, and I think you're going to be amazed when you watch through this situation that's been presented to me. I love to run numbers for somebody that has 30 or more years. We're not going to do that in this video, but the numbers are simply mind-boggling. Please consider subscribing, sharing, and liking these videos. Let others know about this channel, because truly the numbers can be life-changing for you and others. Sorry about this. Sometimes this happens when I'm doing this. Okay, let's take the example here. Here's what I have before me. This is the request. He wrote, this individual said, any chance you can help run numbers for me based on the situation below? Love watching your videos and just need some advice on when I can retire. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a numbers guy, but you're going to be amazed when you watch these numbers. This can show you what this channel can do for you. Okay, we have an individual that's 43 years old. He currently has $925,000 in investments. Again, we're going to use it all in the S&P 500 just because that's what we do on this channel. 925,000. He says he has 4,000 a month in military pay that does have a COLA, which is awesome, and he's currently receiving that. But he wants to invest 3,000 a month. So he's getting 4,000 a month. He's going to invest 3,000 of that, which is awesome. And he says my Social Security payment at age 65 will be 3,200. So we're going to be looking at the accumulation stage here initially, and then the withdrawal stage. Bear with me, and you're going to be amazed. What shows you what this channel can do, and probably the best way I can do it. He says I'd like to know if I can retire at 55 years old and spend roughly 9,000 to 10,000 per month based on the information above. Will I run out of money? Okay, what we're going to do is look at the year 2000. Again, first of all, I want to show you, these are the returns. And the reason I don't like to do it for less than 20 or 25 years is you could run into a bad decade like the 2000s, or you could run into a good decade like the 20 teens. And you're going to see what a big difference that makes between the numbers are like anything like this in the 2000 or anything like that. Let's go ahead and look at the numbers here. In this case scenario, let's see, make sure. Let's do 2000 first, which is the quote bad decade, because look how many times it went down. It went down 9, 11, 22, and then this big went down 37. So here you got him. He's 43 years old, and you end up with returns something like this, some kind of a decade like this. What would you have after 12 years? You'd have $1.5 million. I want you to remember that number, 1.5 million. In other words, we're kind of looking at the worst case scenario. We could look at the depression years also, but let's just look at this 1.5 million because this is more recent. 2010 on, you look at the numbers after 12 years, you have over 6 million. Let's see if I'm doing this right. 925. Yep. So we're going to use the numbers between 1.5 and we're going to use the number 6 million. Now that's the savings. That's the accumulation end of it. That's what this channel can show you. Usually we run numbers, and hopefully, usually we like to have at least 20 years, about 30 and 35, and you see mind-numbing numbers when you see what kind of money you can accumulate to if you have the time. But in this case, we're talking about a short-term scenario. So, okay, we got We could have a decade like the 20 teens or the 2000s between 1.5 million and 6 million. Let's move on to the withdrawal stage because we want to see. Um, First of all, he says he's going to get Social Security payment at age 65 will be 3,200. Well, he wants to know if he can retire at 55. So the uh, Social Security payment would kick in 10 years later. So we're going to allow for that because he won't need near as much by $3,200. Okay, so we're going to put in 1.5 million here, which is the worst case scenario we saw from the accumulation stage. And he wants to know if he can withdraw 9 to 10,000 a month. Well, what do we not take into account? Well, the fact that he's getting 4,000 a month, so we don't have to worry about the 9 to 10,000 a month. We're just going to limit it, reduce that by $4,000. So he needs between 5 and 6,000. So let's look at the case of the 6,000, which is the maximum. This would be a 4.8% return. I think I've got the numbers running now here. You see it's 6,000, which is the equivalent of 10,000 because of his military pension. And after 10 years, he's going to have Social Security kick in, which is 3,200. So he needs 2,800. So this initially, the first 10 years here, 72,000 is coming out of this nest egg. Then in the 10th year, only 33,600 is coming out of the nest egg. So how does he do? Again, we're looking at using worst case scenarios again. The 2000 decade, see the down 3 down years there in this one. So he's actually the remaining balance should be getting down to about 500. After that, down 37%, be down to 530,000. But it looks like he'd be just fine, and everything in between, between this bad decade and the good decade, it'd be between this number for 10 years, he got down to 500, or after 9 years, he'd be down to 530,000. Let's go ahead and switch to the year 2010. Again, we're going to look at this column right here, or this one right here. Let's see, year 2010. Right now, he got down to 530,000. Look at the difference a decade made. Look at the difference, folks. It's like night and day. You have a good decade doing this withdrawal of 72,000 and then 33,000. Look at the numbers. I think there's one thing I probably didn't take into account here. Let's go ahead and do the 3% COLA. I'm going to go back to 20. This video I mentioned is going to be long, but this is a way to show you what this channel can do for you. Let's do a 3% COLA. Now this, in other words, 72,000, it's going up through down, and then Social Security kicks in here. You're up to 7601 with, and you need to take away the 3,200 for the Social Security, and you're down to 462,000 after this down 37%. So you're down there, but your money's going to last. Your money's going to last, and then start building back up. But let's look at the good decade. That's the bad decade. Again, this has all happened within the last 25 years. That's why I like to use these 2 decades. 2010, I want you to notice we're talking about millions of dollars. So in other words, it all depends on what's going on. If he catches this decade, he's not going to run out of money, but it's going to be getting down there some. If he catches this decade, he's going to be very happy, very happy. This just shows you the difference a decade can make, and it's probably going to be somewhere in between. Let me see if I answer his question. Will I run out of money? It looks like if we have a decade like the 2000s, no. Now, I am going to run the worst case scenario, which would probably be the 1929. In that case, you can see there's reds. So if we have a decade like the 1929, yeah, unfortunately, you will run out of money after a few years, and that's when you wouldn't be taking out 6,000 anymore. You wouldn't be taking out, definitely wouldn't take out the COLA. Let's eliminate the COLA and see if this makes much difference at all. Right now, you're running out of money in 13 years. Oh, look at that. You don't take a COLA and you'd be just fine. Even in, this is the worst possible 10, 20-year period you can think of as the Depression years. But that's what we do on this channel. We run numbers for people, and this was a great situation, a great case to look at. Hopefully it shows you some of the potential what this channel can do for you. We run numbers for people. I thank you for this individual for asking this. I thank you that he's in very good shape with his military pension and his Social Security. Looks like in almost every situation he'd be fine. And even in the 1929s, if he had to cut out his colas, let's just do 1% cola. Now you see the running out of money starting to sneak up there because you're taking out more. 2% cola, it's sneaking up even more. But that's what we do in this channel, run numbers both in the accumulation stage, which we saw right here, how we got these numbers, and then we take those numbers in the withdrawal stage, we can also do that. But generally, I don't like to do this. Generally, I just want a beginning balance, your monthly contribution, your desired increase, and we'll run the numbers and have it at least be 20 years, if not 30 or more. But I wanted to run this because it shows the potential of this channel. Please share this, please subscribe, please like the video, and thanks for watching.